nice keys on the beat.
Crypto warriors.
Champions.
Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
How you gonna start with that? Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
I feel like I'm always having issues, man, with this. Anyway, that is fixed. Crypto warriors. Stack Nation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, alternatives, etc., etc. See, I'm addressing all of y'all today. Does not matter if you're a tree or maybe you identify as a piece of paper this morning. Who cares? Good morning, everyone. Hope everyone is chilling today. It's a beautiful, beautiful Monday, man. Top of the morning to you all.
Pew, 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 pew.
Double up. How you feeling today, sir?
Feeling great, man. Another week. Another beautiful week for big successes.
You know, I'm looking at this thing and the lighting is a bit off today. We'll get our lighting down one day.
It's a constant battle, man.
I mean, think about it, man. All the progress we've made to this point is just the beginning.
Hey.
Well, let's take a look at what is happening in the markets, and then we'll jump into this thing. Okay. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, please, okay, do not forget to subscribe to the channel. Of course, like the video and all that good stuff.
Share with your friends and family.
Exactly. Same thing with the Gentleman of Crypto's channel. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, share it with your friends and everyone else who might need some
assistance,
knowledge, some education on Bitcoin, or maybe they just want to find a topic to pass time on. That is always a great thing as well. Let's jump into the markets here. It's always a nice thing when the market is green. It's a feeling, you know.
You can smile.
Yeah, it just feels. There's two things I feel when I open up when I open up the charts and everything is looking green as it is right now.
Yeah.
I get this strange sense of FOMO, especially around Bitcoin. Okay.
Oh man.
Because I keep asking myself, do I have enough yet?
Have I bought enough?
We want it to go back down. It's really what we want, so we can buy some more.
Okay. Oh man.
So Bitcoin trading at $27,389. I did not see that one coming.
I saw it coming, sort of.
Yeah.
It kind of seems to happen all the time where you're looking at can we pull up the chart? Because I was looking at the chart and I was like, oh man, that's a double top. You know, if you're the column, the astrology for men or those that get into technical analysis, they're like, oh man, that's about to crash. You know, it's coming back down some more. You know, and then you look at you look further to your left and like, okay, that's a bit of a support right there, man. And they're like, okay, all right, maybe it could stop at 24K.
I mean, on the pullback.
Yeah, on the pullback right there.
Yeah, I mean, we made it down there to about 24,950.
Yep.
That was nice.
Yep.
Hope you guys bought some more sats at that point as well.
Yep.
Okay. Well, Double Up, what are we talking about today, man? What is on your mind? Talk to the people.
I think everybody has been talking lately about, people's concern about the government's foot on their neck and how they are going to survive.
Okay.
Overcome these challenges.
Of course.
So today's topic is going to be a school of hard knocks, identifying what they're telling you, see if it makes sense. And if it does make sense, let's go ahead and talk about it.
Okay, there we go. School of hard knocks. You know, there is a saying when the when the going gets tough, the tough gets going.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's that saying there. Is there? However, I think one other thing because we're going to be showing a video here, and one other thing I'd like everyone to also think about, or one of the things we want to get across, is this idea of all the financial influencers on the web.
Advisors too. Some of them are literally like professional, like Susan Oman, them Dave Ramsey and them.
it's no shade against these people, okay? Because at the end of the day, if you went to school or if you went to a program and you were taught something, right, you're just going to do what that thing is. Does not necessarily mean it's good or bad,
Mm.
but the information itself, right, and the outcomes of that information, which we're seeing all around us, is something that we can definitely tackle head on. What I'm referring to here is this strategies that you know financial advisors across, I don't know how would you say, across the spectrum, if you
Mm-hmm.
will, right, tend to go for or just repeat to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, we'll be looking at the 50-30-20 rule,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm gonna pause this thing at the beginning because this Instagram is not necessarily designed for PC. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna check this video out and like your thoughts on this double O. Right?
All right.
Let's go for it.
50-20-30 rule. 50% or less of your $1,000 that you make after taxes, so the money that actually hits your bank account, should go to your essentials. That's the roof over your head, electricity bill, grocery bill, and it's your transportation to and from work. You could live off that alone. 20% or more goes to the future. That's savings. That goes into your 401k. That goes into your emergency savings. 30% or less is your lifestyle, shopping, going out to eat, and that is living within your means.
Living within your means. Double O.
She sent you to the school. School of Hard Knocks of staying a servant. I literally think. So
You could say
okay.
that.
No, honestly, like you gotta watch that video like 10 times and like,
Yep.
okay, what is she trying to say? And I will break it down. And please, if you disagree with me, put it in the comments. We chat about it. So the education here, or what they're trying to get you to understand, is that yes, you need to save.
Mm.
Yes, you need to have a plan for your money. If you don't have a plan for your money, somebody else does, especially the federal government with taxes, right? So she was saying there's a 50-20-30 rule. Before that, it was 60-40, literally just 60-40.
Mhm.
Spend and then save. Put money in your 401k. Now it's okay, you know what? You actually have to live a little bit. So okay, 50% of whatever you make is what she's saying after taxes. So you pay the federal government first before you pay yourself. And then what she's telling you is that after you get paid, you should pay somebody else first, which is crazy. I really think that you should pay yourself first
Mm.
before you pay anybody else. But she goes in and say 50% should pay all the bills. Again, servitude, right? You pay for the house, you pay for the electricity, you pay for the water and everything. Again, goes back to rule number one. You have no plans for your money. So by the time your money gets into your account, if you're not the type that plans your money,
Mm.
50% of it is gone already to
This
giving
is true.
somebody else.
This is true.
You've worked so hard, 50% of all that money is gone already. This is after the government takes about 30%, if not close to 40% of that already.
Yeah. I just thought about how much I'm like, getting taxed, man. Just every time I think about it, I die inside a little bit.
No, this
Okay.
is part of the system that have everybody screaming, saying that you got your foot on my neck. But this is it right here.
Listen, I'm voting for whoever is stepping on the IRS neck. I'll say that right now. Okay. Now, 50, 30, 20. Okay. That's 50% of let's just say 50% of your income. Because we had a little talk before this video where she said 50% of the $1,000 that goes into your account. Listen, I am not an English professor. Okay. But Double O was saying, she's just giving us an example. Maybe she does not mean, okay, fine, fine. So I'm not even going to go down that route. Okay. But here's what I'm going to say. This 50-20-30 rule situation,
Yep.
I get it. I get where they're coming from. Here are the things that I agree with. I agree that it's important to plan and budget, right? This way, when you receive any sort of income, right, you already have a strategy, you know what you're supposed to be executing on, and there is less distraction that way. Okay. Part of that can be saving because there's always going to be emergencies and the need for you to have to take care of certain situations
Mm-hmm.
suddenly. Okay. Now, if we take this 50-20, this 50-30-20,
Mm-hmm.
and we take that, we apply it to someone who is making maybe 40K a year in the times that we live in, and they have to drive to work. We've made multiple videos where we talk about these people who are crying on TikTok. Do you think those people are able to live off 50% of their income as it stands?
Well, we attack it from two different angles.
Yeah,
No, you better freaking move to Alabama or Tennessee or something,
exactly.
or West Virginia. Live under a rock somewhere, under black rock somewhere.
Right.
That's the only way you can survive. I don't even think you can survive with that. But another part of that is that some people are actually born into this. Like there's no exit plan. Like you can't even accumulate
Yeah.
enough to get 50% to talk less of surviving on 50%.
Hmm.
Talk less of a 40K salary. And with a 40K salary with the increase in gas and everything, and if you have not planned your money before you eat your bank account, forget it, man. Or if you made some bad choices,
Yeah.
nah, 50 is not enough.
I remember this one time I received my money, and I decided that this morning I'm going to throw all of my money into a trade before I pay my rent. I'm going to hop into this quick option call here and jump out. Bad ideas, man. I've done some ridiculous things. Anyway, here's another part of this, another angle, which I would like to bring up concerning videos like this. Again, we're not picking on this specific video
Person,
here.
yep.
We're just taking a deep dive on this concept, right? We're trying to poke holes in this idea because, after all, why not? Um, when you look at people who are wealthy, right? I cannot tell you one wealthy person who has said that they got wealthy by doing this sort of stuff, whether it's investing in a 401k or
Or saving.
yeah, or saving gradually. It
Mm.
seems to me all of these people are always full blown into risk.
Pioneering
Okay,
something new.
exactly. It might go wrong. That is what it is, right? But if it goes great, then you can see that this 50, 30, 20 thing, it's, you know, you probably be better off taking that risk, if you will, instead of doing this 50, 20, 30 situation. Of course, this is for someone who is aiming to get wealthy, right?
Mhm.
There are different I mean, everyone has different priorities. Everyone is in a different point in their life.
Mm.
And for some people, hey, they don't care about becoming extremely wealthy.
Mm.
But the goal is to just be sovereign, to have control over your own value. Because even after you, let's say there's someone who's making, I don't know, let's say 130, 150, whatever the case might be, and they are somewhat comfortable, because even people in six figures these days,
Some of us still living paycheck to
it
paycheck.
seems inflation is coming for your neck, especially if you inflate your lifestyle, right? Um, but let's say someone is in that range and they're making that sort of money there.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me that in that situation, you're better off taking the extra money and taking risk, because if this money is sitting there, let's say, what is it, 30% for savings,
20% for savings and
20,
401k.
okay, 20% for savings. And of course, you look at inflation coming through and all the other things. Let's say we're sitting in a savings account. Maybe what are they doing these
A
days?
traditional
4%.
savings account.
Right, exactly right. Because you need that
A
as
T
well.
bond.
Exactly. It seems that you'll still be losing.
Hey, inflation, man. Interest rates.
Yeah. So I don't know. It seems to me that the instruments that are configured, and you guys let me know, maybe you disagree with this, but the instruments that are currently configured for savings and growing wealth, we can all agree that it's not working as intended,
For the common man.
right? For the common man, for
For,
sure.
for the unaccredited investor.
So my question now becomes: at what point do people wake up and go, "These things do not work. We need to take our own risk"? They say you come into this world by yourself and you leave by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It is everyone's individual responsibility to handle their well-being, be it financially and in many other ways.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my perspective. This is why I don't really buy into a lot of this stuff here.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give another good example to add to that. So they say 20%
Mm.
put into savings or 401k. Again, it goes back to everything we'll keep telling you guys on the show, is that if 20% is going into savings, which you just mentioned,
Mm.
and the savings is only giving you 4% return, but in actual inflation is 7% or more, you're losing money every day, every time. And guess what? You don't even control that money that you
Yeah.
have in your bank account. You have to ask permission from the bank to even access your savings. And then I'll say, oh, put it into 401k or a Roth IRA, all these long term investments. So you give these institutions your hard earned money for them to go and gamble away with it and make themselves richer. And then they give you a certain percentage back. And if you don't understand the system cycles, you might happen to be retiring or trying to exit the system when the market is on a downturn. Are you guys getting it?
Maybe trying to exit the system when the market is in a downturn in retirement. Man,
How many times have that happened to people?
I mean, those things tend to align. At least it's aligned a couple times already. But there's nothing you can do there. It's not like you just exit the trade because you cannot
Oh.
rewind years.
But they now tell you
Yeah.
it's time to go have fun with 30%, which means that the remaining 30%, give it back to them. This is why they say, like, if they gave everybody $1 million today, the $1 million will end back in the hands of the super rich because they advertise to you to go and buy, live a lifestyle that you don't actually haven't earned,
Yeah.
and give them back the money. So now they're telling you that after you work so hard, all that money, go and spend 30% back on them.
Yeah.
And then most people will probably take that on another loan, on another interest, which they have to pay interest back on, and then be further in the hole for that 50% that is gone.
Exactly. Well, let's talk about some alternatives. Okay.
Alternative time.
But before we do, we have BK Crypto in the house, man.
Boom, clear.
Good morning to you, sir. Okay. It's always a beautiful time when you join us. Okay. Some days when I wake up, man. Actually, never mind. Let's keep pushing.
You got a bad joke there.
Blockchain Bully. Blockchain Bully says good morning. Blockchain Bully says good morning. Hey, Sergeant Crypto. Look at this. Sergeant Crypto. We've seen Blockchain Bully. I think we've seen Cryptoverse King.
Yo,
And now we have Sergeant Crypto. I'm liking this. And we have BK Crypto, of
hey
course.
man,
Come on.
all the armies in the house, man.
What does BK stand for?
Fabulous.
I feel like it's I'm going to speculate here.
Yeah.
It's Black King Crypto.
Oh, King
Let
in
me
the
know if I'm
house.
correct, but I just, hey, you know what I'm saying? That telepathy be up there sometimes, but sometimes it's also wrong. Okay, so the traditional system is not working, right? What are the alternatives here?
It's not working and it's set up for you to fail. 60 40 50 50 20 30, whatever they're telling you every day, they're trying to coach you to do.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's just to keep you in the system and make you feel like you're getting somewhere.
I would say the goal ultimately is to be able to maintain your value, right? To be
Number
able
one.
to save your money in something that will actually appreciate massively over time.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times, at least when I was learning about the traditional markets, one of the things that they always said is time in the markets.
Mm-hmm.
They also said look to the left, right? Which means
Look back.
look at the historical
Charts.
activity,
Yeah.
and it tells you what the future is going to look like.
Yes, sir. That's what they said.
Okay, fine. If we're looking to the left, then, okay, I think we'll find that Bitcoin has indicated that it has the potential to rip massively,
Like you just did this morning.
to head to the moon. Okay, that's what I would say.
To
So
the moon.
I'll take my chances with something like that. I'll take my chances with something that is decentralized. Are we saying you should be 100% in Bitcoin?
Nope.
I cannot say no to that personally, but I say it's your call. Why does someone have to tell you how much of your money you need to put into anything?
It's your choice.
Your choice, okay? Your choice, your risk, all of that good stuff, okay? I know. People generally want someone to give them guidance. I get it. It is what it is.
That's
but
what we're here for.
no, I'm not here to give anyone guidance on financials. You know what I mean? That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you about Bitcoin. It's all I'm here for. Do what you want. Don't buy the Bitcoin if you want, okay? But it seems to me, like I was mentioning before, everyone that is extremely wealthy, there's one trait that seems to be recurring. They take risk, right? If you look at people who got into Tesla super early, there was no guarantees. They took that risk and here they are now. If you look at Apple, it's the same story. If you look at early internet companies, it's the same story, right? On certain things, these people got in early and it makes that massive move. This is the same way I see Bitcoin. It seems uncertain, but people will get it, and you see the potential. Clearly think that is an alternative to these 80-20 or 60-20 or whatever other sort of portfolio splits that they had before, that only guaranteed that the people who were managing your money were living a wealthier life than you. Still are. That part has never made sense to me. So that's what I think as an alternative to this. What are your thoughts on this?
So we're doing these recordings this weekend, right?
Mm,
And we're doing some analysis of returns over time since 1929, how the markets has been behaving. We looked at gold giving you 6% average annually. We looked at the bonds. We look at the stock markets, the SPY, S&P 100, and all this different real estate and everything.
yeah,
And you see an average. The maximum average is like 11%, 13% or so. And what the current establishments try to make you feel like is that, oh, anything above that, it's not right.
right.
That it's not possible. But when you come to educate yourself, you realize that these guys have been making gains 100x, 10x, accredited investor type money. But then when retail investors come into understanding and finding that they have been schemed all this whole while, they now make you feel like, no, you guys are asking for too much. That the
Yeah,
fact that Bitcoin is volatile and is making this kind of return makes it a tulip. When the technology greater than the internet is here
yeah.
to allow you to exit the schemers they'll be using to steal your money on a day-to-day basis, they now make you feel like, oh, it's crap. Whereas the entire time we've been doing videos about this about right now, the banks are trying to take it over.
Yeah.
Like, oh wow, this is an extremely pioneering way to move money and value. We got to take it over. Meantime, you're basically allowing yourself to get further away.
Well, do not allow yourself to get further away. What you need
Further.
to do is buy back the block,
That's the answer.
the Bitcoin blockchain. That is, we know what's going to happen. So just huddle. I feel like Jake Fever is one of those guys who's just like stealth mode, accumulating all the Bitcoin and just observing everyone else and just
Like,
waiting for everyone. Just waiting
this
for.
guy's like, forget 60 40, 100%. I'm going broke. I only have a chair at the table in my house.
Listen, man. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices to get what you want. You know, that's what it's all about. And especially right now, okay? There's a lot of sacrifices that need to be made by the individual. Okay. If you're going to stop crying on TikTok, you have to convert. You have to change what you're doing right now because that's evidence that what you're doing is not working.
Mm.
But
Stop spending 30% on the lifestyle that you ain't got.
it's too late, bro.
Hey, but you can slowly transition, man. Come on.
No,
Give
I
up a
mean,
chance.
here's the thing. When I say it's too late, in some cases, if you look at people who have massive student loans, right? And it's not anyone's, it's not their fault. I would say it's not really their fault, because it's a system where,
They got light to big time for sure.
yeah, I mean, high school and you're already like all in this debt, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like one of the reasons why, because when I was coming out of high school, I I was approached by a bunch of schools, and then we had all of those type of conversations.
Mm-hmm.
But I think probably what saved me was the fact that I was still fresh off the boat at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and I had been living this lifestyle where if you don't have the money for something, you cannot afford it. The idea of credit to me was not really existent. So they explained all of this stuff to me, and I was like, oh, okay. And I started looking at numbers, and at that point, I was like, where am I going to get the money? Where am I getting for it? And so I just didn't do it. You know?
Spend money that you didn't work for. I think we were talking about this earlier too before this video. Was
Yeah.
that once you start understanding Bitcoin, it makes you one of those people that care about the environment.
Right.
That makes you understand that money should be created. Like you have to work for that money to exist.
Mm.
So they've created this community or this society of people that just think that, oh, you can spend away into the future with credit without having to create that value over time.
Mm.
You know, that's one of the things that Bitcoin does to you, actually.
Proof of work. What they say. Listen, go all in. It's no point not to. Win big or talk about you should have went all in. Actually, this is true. This is true. We do hear a lot of, I mean, throughout life, you hear people going, oh, I bought this at this point. I should have stayed in, all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
This is true. You have to go all in. Personally, that's how I feel about it as well. When you really see something that the existing situation, at least the existing proposition, is saying that you're going to lose in the future, it's insanity to keep going down that path expecting something different.
Mm.
Personally, I'm never, ever, ever expecting, even though I'm still contributing to this 401k situation, right, as a means to legally reduce the robbery
Or the
of
taxation.
one of the agencies. And I'm looking for more loopholes, man. As a matter of fact,
Yes.
maybe I should put it out. I'm going to use ChatGPT to see ways where I can deduct and deduct upon deduction. Don't even need to think about it.
Hey,
GPT is going to help with that.
we have Stack here. It's a business. We can start deducting with that one too.
I know, but I need further deduction, sir. Okay. I want to be on that Trump level type stuff. It's really where I'm trying to go. Well, Double O, what else do we have to add before we wrap this one up, sir?
Yeah. So as we just did this video, again, it's a school of hard knocks, literally. We have to start to self-educate. The schools that the super rich send their kids is not the same school we middle class people are sending our kids. These guys are coming out of school thinking about revenue, not even income. They're thinking about pioneering innovation. As you can see in the crypto space, in the Bitcoin space, it's a lot of young kids, but they didn't go to the same. Majority of them didn't go to the same schools that we go. Like super wealth transfer to their younger kids, and they can just quit their day jobs and just do blockchain type thing all day, 24/7. Whereas some of us still have to do 24/7 jobs to try to jump into the space. And that is what we need to start realizing is that what do they know that we don't know, so that we're not following what they're trying to teach us to keep us servitude to them. And I think that's the gap here. And that's what we're trying to teach you out is that people that knew about the internet or the operating systems way before we got involved are multi-billionaires, millionaires right now. And this is one of those opportunities. Once upon a time, credit card wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
Even the internet wasn't a thing. Your mobile phone wasn't a thing. Some people got involved so early. So instead of you saying, no, you're doing 50, 20, 30 or whatever, find that innovation, get involved, participate. And that is how you're not going to be on TikTok complaining and crying that their foot is on your neck.
Listen, man, I feel like these people who cried on TikTok really sent us above the moon with some madness, because I don't know if we're ever going to let go of this crying on TikTok thing. Listen, I know it's still fresh right now, but down the line, man, do you know how many memes you can create with the amount of what is it called? Crying people on TikTok right now?
They haven't figured it out. They're starting to feel the pain. So that will eventually, hopefully, the crying leads them to finding out about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Absolutely. Listen, I think the biggest thing is about just providing value. Do something that would make a difference in someone else's life. Personally, that's just what I strive to do every day. I cannot give you any advice on something that I'm not experienced with, or not trying myself, or haven't succeeded at it myself. Every time you provide value to others, I think people are more than willing to compensate you for it. I told you about the gym when I first opened up the gym, and the membership was like $25. And some of the members would come up to us and say, well, it's too cheap. Maybe you should raise it some more because we want to make sure that this stays here. I'm no longer part of that gym, but today they charge $65 a month. Wow. Okay. And the people who were interested in it pay for it without even batting an eye. I did not set out to try to charge people $60 something for a gym. We just set out to provide value to powerlifters. Personally, I've seen that works, and I think even in these sort of situations, instead of crying on TikTok, you got to find another way. I mean, you really have to. I mean, it's kind of like, I know we live in a time where people want to feel like there should be, I guess they want a soft landing. Exactly, a soft landing, right? But there's kind of no way about it, man. There's kind of no two ways about it. If you don't move, you're going to get wrecked.
Oh, man.
So what else are you going to do? Correct the vision. Take that advice. And engage. What is engage?
Engage and get yourself involved. That is how you exit the system.
Okay.
You can't just sit down and complain.
All right. Love it. Stagnation, Crypto Warriors. We hope you enjoyed this one.
Champions!
Okay. Listen, we are still hanging out here on X, so please be sure to follow us on X there. As a matter of fact, we are on Nostr now.
Yeah, we did it.
It is Stack. I was trying to connect a wallet to it so we can stream and then have that barcode on here, but I'm getting an error. So until I can finagle my way around that, it's all good. We'll get there soon. Of course, we're also on Spotify, Stack. Please like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Have a spectacular Monday, a blessed week, and an even stronger weekend. Anything else,
Al? Black Blockchain Summit.
Oh yeah, that's next weekend.
Sure. This weekend, September, this Thursday through Saturday, 21st through the 23rd.
Yeah.
we'll be there.
Looking forward to that one. It's gonna be
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah,
right?
we'll be there on Thursday and then Saturday. Friday might be challenging, but we'll be there.
Before we go, I just gotta put this on. I just gotta put this on. Jake is bad, bro. I'll be crying on TikTok from being happy and wealthy. My guy, TikTok criers, man. Listen, I'll join you there, sir. Have no fear, man. It is what it is. All right. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen. Incredible time. We'll definitely look out for you, BK. Definitely. Peace out.